From Rochester, New York to Minneapolis, Minnesota to Portland, Oregon, protests continued through Sunday night, but with a calmer tone. In an attempt to prevent clashes with police in Rochester, the city's clergy and elders took the lead at the front of Sunday's march.
We're trying to appeal to the moral conscience of our authority figures in the city, to the police department, to the city administration. We're trying to appeal to them on moral ground.
I don't want the police to spray the young people. I don't want the young people to throw rocks. And so I'm part of a buffer of older people between the police and the younger people.
That strategy seemed to work. The protesters were able to march farther and longer without any violence or clashes with the police as demonstrations stretched into a fifth evening. Protests began last week after the family of Daniel Prude released footage showing a hooded, naked Prude being pinned to the floor by police officers back in March. He later died at the hospital.
If we want better, we gotta make it better.
Rochester's mayor, Lovely Warren, promised residents that changes are coming to policing.
We are doubling the availability of mental health professionals. We will take our family crisis intervention team out of the police department.
On the other side of the country in Portland, 15 people were arrested on the 101st day of demonstrations in that city. Charges ranged from interfering with a police officer and disorderly conduct to possession of a dangerous device and reckless burning. But besides a few torched mattresses, it was not a repeat of the previous night when 59 people were arrested after clashes with the police. The tone Sunday night was also calmer in Minneapolis. Demonstrators filled the streets with customized cars in a drive-through protest.
Nobody got hurt, nobody got injured, and the police were able to keep their distance and play the role that they're supposed to play.
Violence has marred some of the many protests held since May when George Floyd died after a police officer knelt on him for nearly 9 minutes. Protesters now hope for an easing of the nighttime rioting and police clashes as they threaten to take the spotlight from the daytime marches, calling for social justice and equality for Black Americans.